heard me say this before. Bottle up that feeling a little bit, because it will hold us in good stead. It will build a steely resolve when we get back to this occasion again in the future. Because we will be back.
Open their Premiership defence against the team they defeated for the title. Opening round grand final rematch, Brisbane and North Melbourne. Brushes a tackler, right foot snap. Will it carry? It will! North are on fire! Curling kick is outstanding. Super goal. A red letter day for Kate Shearlaw, 5 of the best.
Garner flying shot towards goal was through the middle.
They're dotting out the Roos. The Kangaroos keep on rolling.
And North Melbourne get the job done in emphatic style.
Inside 50 to King.
This
one with the breeze worked it magnificently. Roos are on. Great pressure, Amy Smith. Right, importantly, is there. And the Kangaroos conquer the Crows at the parade for the first time.
They've been dominant all season in 2024. They are the team to beat, and they win their first minor premiership in the AFLW.
Just we'll be quick. First thing is, really well done. What do you think I'm going to say next?
Second season starts. Doesn't matter.
Second season starts. I've said this a few times. I did feel personally a fair bit of pressure, and I do feel like that pressure was coming from a weight of expectation. Personally, I felt the pressure, but I also was mindful that I didn't want the players to feel the pressure. I didn't want the rest of the program to feel the pressure.
I could just speak all day about Croc. He is just one of those people that everyone speaks so highly of him.
Croc is just an unbelievable person.
That's probably the one thing I noticed when I walked through the doors was his connection with everyone, and he's like our dad here.
He is such a down-to-earth and kind and caring person.
You know, to go through the season undefeated, I think that just, again, instilled, you know, in the players that our best was more than good enough. But now the challenge and the opportunity ahead of us is, can we bring that best football for the next month? All right, well done.
Yeah, nice. Last year everything was just so heightened, it was so amazing. We just went on this incredible run, we hadn't beaten all these teams, all of a sudden we did, we were riding this massive high.
We had to jump through so many kind of hurdles to get to that grand final.
You know, we beat Adelaide for the first time and Melbourne for the first time, and it was like, oh, we're going to beat Brisbane for the first time. It was almost going to be that fairy tale finish, and it didn't happen.
You see Jenna Bruton in the foreground limping towards the bench.
This could be terrible for the North Melbourne Football Club. Does not look like Jenna Bruton is in a very good way at all.
I think for Jenna, I remember when she went down in last year's grand final and she fell over and I yelled at her straight away, get up. And then I realised after, I was like, oh no, I think she's actually seriously hurt herself. I just know there was just this feeling of silence in the air. You went to the bench and you didn't want to sort of acknowledge your injury because it would make you upset. And we all sort of knew something significant had happened.
Couldn't do anything to help the team. So yeah, it was pretty hard to watch, and when the siren went, it was pretty devastating.
Coming into finals last year, it was, and the year before and the year before that, it was always, you know, can they beat the top teams? And that was one type of pressure. Now the pressure they're under, Lucy, is minor premiers and outright flag favourites.
We've been undefeated all year. Yeah. Is it going to be now that we're going to be defeated? Like, there has to be these creeping thoughts in the back of your subconscious.
They're in the best position possible that they've been in the last couple of years. They've broken down those barriers. Minor premiers for the first time, they look like the best team in it, but now you have to deliver.
Finals pressure. It's not finals like pressure, it is actually finals pressure now.
Both these two sides so strong offensively, so strong defensively. So for me, it all comes down to this contest.
The last two minor premiers begin the 2024 AFLW finals. To Gat, North Melbourne fans find their voice early, and Geelong, she'll go deep for Randall.
What a start for North Melbourne.
Randall recovers, keeps it alive. Ponta, McCrimmel checks on its point, Krause is back and decides to take refuge.
It's been played deliberately.
Oh, that's a massive call. Bedell against Eddie. Eddie with the tackle and the win back. Had the handball option of Sheila. Now the 1-2. Bella Eddie can steady.
Yeah, it was pretty special.
The margin was 5 at halftime in favour of the Crows. It's now 4 in favour of the minor premiers. Smith to the right. Outstanding.
Yeah, I think the best part about it was all the girls getting around me. Not kicking a goal all year, I think that one made up for it. So yeah, it was so special.
Randall works to the front on Ferguson and doesn't need to rush.
Yep, skipper recognised there isn't much time left on the clock and went back and slotted it quickly.
And once again, it's going to go down to the wire between North Melbourne and the Crows. Riddell stands up when required for the Roos. They're going to be one game away again. New season, same Roos. The Kangaroos by 7 points in the qualifying final. North Melbourne without Emma Carney. They lost her in the opening couple of minutes with a hamstring injury.
I reckon when I first did the injury, I didn't think it was going to be too bad. I thought it was just going to be muscle. So in my head, sitting on the bench, I thought maybe 3 to 4. The next Monday when I got the scan back and the doc said 6 weeks, I sort of went back into my head and I thought, okay, 6 weeks, that's finals. Pretty confident I could get back for the prelim, but yeah, just probably from my own experiences with my calf issues, I wasn't sure if I was going to get there or not.
There were definitely no doubts about Carney being able to play with us. It's Emma Carney, like she's such a legend of the game. She's our captain, so it wouldn't have been right if she wasn't there.
I had no doubt that Carnes was going to make it back. I think Croc would have been a very brave man to not pick her.
When she went down, it was really sad, and I think they're a bit of like, oh, what's going to happen now? Because we've never really played without her, but we still won every game without her. And I think, you know, she's not going to be around forever, so it's probably a good taster for the rest of us to get used to life without her.
She's probably the most mentally strong person I know, so even if she had something wrong, I think she still would have been out there with us.
Obviously disappointing to miss, you know, half my season with a hamstring injury, but I thought, yeah, that's enough to get me back.
It is actually 36 degrees at the moment here at Icon Park, so the heat policy is in play.
As we set sail, preliminary final number 1. Gat's taken it, he's off to the races, he's had one bounce, we'll send them inside 50, shallow kick's going to work, looks to go quickly, this will go right to the line, directly in front, she'll put North on the board early, inside 50, oh Goody got slammed to the deck, Brooksby under pressure holding the footy, looks pretty good off the boot, she's saluted early, knew that one was never going to miss. O'Loughlin lurking, she's dangerous around goal, Alice O'Loughlin bends around the corner, what a start the North, and now got 3. Bresnahan lowers the eyes, gets to go over the top to Gat, just needs to line up and salute, she does. It's coming outside 50 and Craven bravely stands underneath that one.
That was a heavy hit.
North Melbourne skipper Emma Carney is done for the day. She's not injured, obviously managing those minutes as she hasn't played for 7 weeks.
I only played 38% game time. The whole time I reckon I was just trying to get through the game, thinking about my body a lot. And so, yeah, it was just pleasing to get through.
Hugs the line, Simon gets there initially, couldn't reel in the mark, so the Roos are away. Have options through the middle, Tripodi is one of them, she uses Bruton. Looks up, what is she like? It's space inside 50, it's Shearlaw. Can she reel it in? It's bouncing away, eventually she gets there and Shearlaw's got two. Goes Goldwood. Oh, Wall with strength against O'Day. Bruton back to Wall from outside 50. This one could carry, this one could carry. Oh, it's been a wonderful afternoon for Vicky Wall. They'll have the chance next week to redeem from last year. North Melbourne made back-to-back grand finals with a 57-point win over Port Adelaide.
I don't have a great record when it comes to grand finals. Losing 3 in a row, which is not great. So I just thought I would keep as regular day as possible, not try to think about it too much, because if you start to overthink things and you sort of play the game before it's actually happened.
We had Liam Shields come in last year and say, try and get all the admin and all the excitement out of the way as early as possible in the start of the week, so you can really focus on the game and relax and don't use up too much energy. It's really hard to do that when it's your first grand final last year, so I know a lot of us really didn't get our excitement out and were quite exhausted by the end of the week.
The previous year, it was almost a surprise that we got there. We didn't really know what to expect in grand final week. This season was like polar opposites.
The pressure, all the pressure is on North Melbourne, isn't it?
Yeah. 100%.
Like, this is their game to lose. This is their premiership to lose. Brisbane love being in this position. The Lions haven't lost consecutive games against one opponent since 2022.
It just shows that the Lions, they learn their lessons. They don't usually make the same mistakes twice.
And it's the sequel to last year's thriller. Both teams were 2 first-time grand finals, just 2 changes from the side that ran out and did battle this time last year.
You know what, I was pretty fine until we actually started warming up and stuff, and I started to get real nervous.
You know, we've been fortunate enough to play in so many finals, and I think, you still obviously get the game day nerves.
In the warm-up, I remember saying I was really struggling to get my air in, and Shields was to me, just focus on your breathing, focus on your breathing. So I was just in through the nose, out through the mouth.
There was definitely some nerves, and especially waiting so long to actually play the game. I think I cleaned the same thing 4 times in the house.
So for the first time in AFLW history, we run it back on grand final day. The sequel to last year. Will Brisbane do it again, or will North Melbourne get redemption? Here goes Conway, can't get through the tackle, it was really important.
Out to the footy, Wall comes charging in.
Garner, quick kick, this'll work. Craven has it, 25 out directly in front.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, no one was more surprised than me that I ended up in that spot. But I've kicked this shot 400 times and probably just 100 times this week alone. So many hours kicking with Dad, just sort of was thinking in my head, there's no way I'm missing this.
And Craven kicks the opening goal of the grand final.
Only to Tripodi, Goldwood, Randall snuck around the corner, finds O'Loughlin the goal sneak, she slammed through North second.
I was pretty lucky to just be in the right spot at the right time, really. I mean, all my teammates, they did all the work to get me the ball.
Doors up towards half forward. Wonderful work by the North defenders.
Brilliant smother. You can see how hungry Talia Randall is to taste success at this footy club.
Bruton hurriedly on the boot. Wall, right place, right time. Very deliberate approach. Straight through the middle. Craven, fabulous.
Tess Craven take a bow.
Work to the line by Bruton. And gone.
Dell just tries to slap it forward. Conway gets through the traffic hurriedly, only as far as Carney. That 35-year-old hamstring is holding up okay. And it's Shearlaw. Back with a hand pass to Bruton. It's 2-on-1 inside 50 in North's favour. She goes to Vicky Ward.
Yeah, I think in the last quarter when Vicky kicked that first goal.
Snuck it home.
The crowd absolutely erupted, and it was very different to the other goals that we kicked. It was this real sense of like, holy shit, like we've actually done it.
Alice O'Loughlin to stretch the lead out to 29 points and put one hand on that Premiership Cup.
When Alice kicked that goal in the last quarter of the celebration, I remember us forwards, we came together, there's a photo, it's great.
My most vivid memory was when Carney came back onto the field with probably 3 or 4 minutes to go, and the ball was sort of bouncing around, but I ran up to her and gave her a high five, and we sort of had a little mini celebration there, and I think that's when I knew that we had it. Her grin with her dimples and that confidence that she walks around with.
I had a few flashbacks from the previous grand final kind of come through, so definitely didn't want to leave the door open at all, I think, at any stage.
Erin was sending the message up from the bench, come on, when are you guys going to come down here? It's unbelievable down here. Come down and lap it up. And walking down from the box through the crowd who are just, it's all the North supporters, high-fiving.
They know they've done it. And they can savour the final 2 minutes.
Yeah, just such a memorable moment.
It's pretty rare to think that you've won a grand final before it's actually happened, so yeah, that was pretty special.
To be able to celebrate early with Croc, all the other staff, again, some of those coaches and staff that have been there since the start, really meant a lot. Same with Jenna, we've been there from the start as well, to have that moment with her just before we got on and celebrated with everyone else. Awesome.
Sweetest moment in football. Can't lose Kangas are AFLW premiers for the first time.
The best on ground in tonight's game is Jasmine Garner.
It was amazing, especially to hear those North fans out there celebrating us. It's been a long time coming for them, so it was such a special moment.
To actually sort of look around and I saw they handed the medals or they handed something to Sarah, and I was like, oh wow, it's confirmed, everyone's setting up for it to be us.
Wearing number 16, it's Talia Randall.
I'm actually gonna cry. It means the world. To win a grand final is incredible. But to especially win one after losing 3, they're heartbreaking to lose a grand final. And to finally have it there and reflect on the year that was is really incredible and something that I will be proud of forever.
Yeah, it was probably one of the best nights, or probably the best night of my life.
We've been planning for this for our whole careers. This is what you play for at the end of the year. It's an amazing feeling. I've just got goosebumps thinking about it right now.
You could seriously not wipe the smile off my face. Yeah, I wish it just didn't go so quick.
Winning a premiership with this team, with this club, was what I've been thinking about for these last couple of seasons now, and I feel like because we've been so close for so long, it's just been a bit of a whirlwind of emotions.
First of all, anything is always really special. The players that win their first flag in 75, you know, they'll be considered immortals. Well, our girls, I consider them immortals because they brought home the first ever premiership for the footy club in the W space, and being able to come back and celebrate that with you know, like I think we nearly had 2,000 people here at the grounds, you know, who came back up on the balcony with the players and the cup. It was just, yeah, looking out, it was just, again, another special moment.
I still kind of can't believe it.
I wasn't always motivated by premierships, but after winning one, I would love to win another one or another two.
Yeah, I know we're like all pretty proud, but we're definitely not satisfied. I think all the girls are, yeah, really keen to hopefully do it all again.
It's one of the feelings that you just can't, you just want to replicate over and over. And I feel like we are only just getting started. We've got great confidence. Our leaders are humble, driven, so I know that they'll get to work in the off season. So I feel like, you know, still early days, but I feel like we've got the team that we can go back to back, and I want that so much.
All right, yeah, all year we had this thing going. I don't know, can't really remember how it started. It literally started way back in round one.
Oh, the signs. They're honestly so stupid. We just make up absolute rubbish.
I was getting right into it.
Someone saw a bus that had kangaroos on the back of it, and someone was like, oh, it's a sign.
There was a couple that were like a full stretch.
Vicky found a dead crow or something. Billboard behind the Adelaide's bench that was like Tripodi's like fruit and veg shop.
I think it was Jenna's number, and then the name of it, the farm or something from Trentham was in there as well.
And we went into this garden, this botanical gardens, and the sculpture in the middle of that botanical gardens was blue and white. I was like, that's a sign.
Jasmine and I were walking the dogs, and there was a piece of paper, and it had like a stick figure person with a box head, and it said Ash on it. So we're like, that is definitely a sign. Sorry, Ash.
But in the end, you have to win it, and we did.
Yeah, you don't need signs when you've put in the work, so yeah. Work hard, kids.